Can I ask you, first of all, when you came across this story first?
When the Times picked up the story.
So you picked up the Times, and that was the first you knew of it. What was your reaction?
Well, I think it's a complete betrayal of both the people that Oxfam were there to help and also the people that sent them there to do that job. It's a scandal.
Let's walk through aspects of this scandal bit by bit by bit. First of all, Oxfam allowed the people responsible for this appalling behaviour in Haiti to leave relatively quietly, no hullabaloo, and they weren't fired, they were allowed to resign. What do you think of that?
I think it's shocking, and it doesn't matter how good the safeguarding practices are in an organisation. If that organisation does not have the moral leadership to do the right thing, and where, in particular, they have evidence of criminal activity, to pass that information to the relevant authorities, including prosecuting authorities, that's an absolute absence of leadership.
So you feel that Oxfam failed in its moral leadership?
Yes, I do.
Let's move on to the second phase of all of this, because it's really important to walk through it. Having let these people go, they then joined other aid organisations and charities, and those organisations weren't told about any of this. Again, what's your reaction?
That's a scandal, and that is why we must ensure that people are reporting these offences when they take place. We've got to give the sector the best chance it has at ensuring that people who are, we suspect, targeting this sector in order to carry out predatory activities, that we give them the best chance they can not to allow that to happen.
When are you going to meet Oxfam and have the conversation face to face?
Well, I'm meeting them tomorrow, and I'm affording them the opportunity to tell me in person what they did after these events, and I'm going to be looking to see if they are displaying the moral leadership that I think they need to now. We're talking about an historic case, but it is in some respects still live. They still have information they should be giving to the authorities.
In terms of your department, back when all of this happened in 2011, what were you told as a department by Oxfam?
We were not told about the nature of these events. They initially said that they were investigating misconduct, and when they concluded that report, they did not tell us the nature of these events. They did tell the Charity Commission that there was sexual inappropriate behaviour, bullying and harassment of employees, but they did not report that to us.
Given that you knew there was a problem, was that not, at the very least, a little incurious of your department not to ask more?
No, because in addition to that, Oxfam also gave us reassurances of the two things that are critical to us. It's about, if you just let me finish, it's about, was there any harm done? Was there any involvement of the beneficiaries of aid involved? Was there any impact on them? And they told us categorically no. And they also told us there was no...
That was a lie, wasn't it?
Well, quite. And they also told us that there was no misappropriation of funds, because obviously that is the other thing that we would have been concerned with. So
this is beginning to sound like, beginning to look like a cover-up, and it's certainly clear that they lied to you, you feel they lied to you. They get quite a lot of public money from you. Is there any part of you that's beginning to think maybe we shouldn't be paying taxpayers' money to this organisation?
Yes, I do think that.
You do?
I think that I'm going to afford them the opportunity to talk to me tomorrow, but I'm very clear, it doesn't matter whether you've got a whistleblowing hotline, it doesn't matter if you've got good safeguarding practices in place. If the moral leadership at the top of the organisation isn't there, then we cannot have you as a partner. I would also just note that there are enormous numbers of people who are doing good work, and they're good people working for Oxfam, and they have been betrayed in this as well.
Absolutely. But do you think there was a cover-up, to put it bluntly?
I don't know what their motivation was for behaving the way that they did, and again, I'm affording them the opportunity tomorrow to talk to me directly about that. But they did absolutely the wrong thing. They let individuals who had undertaken criminal activity, they let them go. They did not tell prosecuting authorities, they did not tell their regulator, and they did not tell their donors.